Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Dan. You're watching DIY for Life. This is my 1998 Porsche Boxster that I bought at the auctions here in Japan. The auction reports are very helpful about the condition of the car, and they grade them based on the exterior and the interior, giving them a number and a letter score. The exterior was marked as a 4 out of 5, which is pretty good, and the interior was a C, which is okay. Turns out the interior needed just dyeing of the seats, which was an easy job and turned out really well, so you can see the video that I did on that. The exterior, obviously the top, I could tell from the picture, was very damaged. So the biggest project I've done so far was replacing the entire soft top with one that actually came with the car, which was a big score. And the paint was marked as having no gloss. So I knew that the paint might have some issues. And after doing the maintenance on the car, oil change, putting on new tires, and then doing the top repair, I decided to tackle the paint. And the first step was just washing it really well, cleaning the paint using a clay bar, and getting the surface as clean as I could, ready to polish. And it was at that point that I noticed there were some issues with the clear coat and the finish of the paint. So let's take a close look and I'll show you what that looks like. So really the worst part of the paint is the hood. Obviously that's the largest panel and gets the most exposure to the sun. And if you look closely, you can see all these spots, which are typical. You get these water spots. And what I was hoping that they would just polish out easily, but when I started cleaning the car and polishing it, what I was noticing is that those spots took a lot of effort to clean up and were really hard to make disappear completely, which led me to believe that the clear coat was damaged. And if you do look very closely, I'm not sure if it'll show up on the GoPro, but the surface of the clear is not smooth. There are little kind of marks and indentations, but it is possible to get it shiny and clean. So that's what I've been doing, is just panel by panel and water spot by water spot, polishing the paint the best I could. So I've done about 80% of the car. I've done everything except the hood, and it's looking pretty good, I have to say. I tried a few different approaches on those water spots. I even wet sanded them, and that was not really that successful. And like I said, I can't get them to be completely gone because they're really through the clear coat and into the paint. But I'm able to get them, about 70-80% disappeared, and then I can get the surface looking shiny, and I think is about as good as I'm able to get it with using some hand polishing, and as well as this Black & Decker Orbital polisher. So I tried a few different products, and the one that has been the most successful for me is this 3M compound polish that I bought in Japan, which is a really nice kind of first step system. And just putting it on with the sponge and rubbing each spot pretty much about as hard as I can gets them almost removed entirely. So what's left to do is the hood, and I thought in this video what I'll do is the old before and after. So I'll put a tape line down the middle, and I'll do one side. I'll show you how I've been doing it, and then we can remove the tape and we get a nice before and after shot. And as you can see now, it's really not shiny and there's some gunk on the surface. So let's try to finish up the car, get it all looking good, and tackle that hood. So here we go. Okay, so I attacked each little water spot one by one with the sponge. Now I'm going to go over the whole surface with the buffer and try to get it as clean and polished as I can. So let's peel off the tape and we can do a good before and after comparison. This is the side that we did that first polish with. We had tackled all the little water spots and then gave it a couple good polishes. And then the side that I haven't done yet, which is very dull. Nice and shiny. No shine at all in all those little spots. So I think it's going to turn out pretty well. This is the last panel, but was the one that had the most damage. But no worse than the other ones to do, actually. The fenders took a lot of work. So yeah, she's going to come out looking nice. Let's polish the other half of the hood. Okay, welcome back. I've been working hard on the paint on the Boxster. Finished with the first step, which was cleaning up the water spots, and now working on the second step, which is the polish and buff to really get some shine going on the paint. And about finished with the front end of the car, so let's have a look. So the front end is about done with the second step. I was using the mother's 3-step process. Step 2 is the micro polishing glaze, which I found rather difficult to buff off. Applying goes on easy, but it takes a lot of effort to buff off. But that is done. So step 2 finished with the front end of the car, the 2 front fenders, the hood, and the bumper cover. Looking pretty good. Okay guys, well, we are finished with the polish and the wax of the car. She's looking good. I haven't peeled off the plastic and the tape around the lights. Put the plastic on the top just to kind of prevent from getting waxy residue on the top material. So something to note, the front half of the car from the doors forward, the final product that I used was that Meguiar's Ultimate Fast Finish, which was the easy to apply, just sort of wipe it on and wipe it off, no buffing required. And the back half of the car, I used good old Mother's Brazilian Carnauba wax, which does take a little more effort to apply. But my feeling is that the Carnauba gives a little more kind of brilliance and depth. So I think that's a nicer last step than the Meguiar's product. But both look really good in the end. So that's just about job done on my 986 Boxster project. Interior is cleaned, exterior is cleaned and waxed. So let's enjoy some tape pulling off action.